of the tools you can make in Minecraft are basically useless. You make a wooden pickaxe, mine 3 pieces of stone, and immediately replace it. Then you do it again with stone. And eventually, even the iron tools you were excited to find became a pile of garbage sitting in some random chest. Now, iron is one of the more useful resources, but in almost any other game, you'd probably call this broken progression. But Minecraft clearly isn't some failed game with terrible progression. So there has to be something else going on here, because to someone with 500 hours, the wooden pickaxe is basically a crafting receipt. You make it, mine 3 stone, and throw it away. But to someone playing for the first time, that exact same pickaxe can feel like a treasure. It's the same tool, but a different player. Completely different progression in 2 different scenarios. And when I tried applying the obvious lesson to my own game, I made every weapon last 3 times longer. Somehow it makes the progression even worse. So why do Minecraft's useless tools work, whereas when I do it, it doesn't? Okay, so to understand why the wooden pickaxe matters, you have to go back to the first time you played Minecraft. The first time I ever played Minecraft back in 2010, I was hitting this tree over and over again, wondering why it wouldn't break. And if you didn't realize what I was doing wrong, it's because I was spam clicking my mouse instead of holding down left click. Now, eventually I realized how stupid I was, so I got my first piece of wood and used it to make the best tool in the entire game, the wooden pickaxe. Now, obviously, it isn't actually the best tool in Minecraft, but to someone who's never played before, it was a really important thing. It was really cool at the time. It teaches you that the resources that you collect can be turned into tools. It introduces mining, and then it shows that different materials can create better versions of that same tool. And once you discover that the wooden pickaxe can mine stone, the game has given you your first reason to actually go underground and start mining. It's basically a tutorial disguised as an upgrade. But to an experienced player, that lesson is already over. You already know the recipe. You already know where to find stone. And you already know exactly what comes next. So the useful timeline of an upgrade isn't fixed. It changes depending on who's using it. And maybe an upgrade doesn't need to stay useful forever. Maybe it needs to stay useful long enough to actually just finish its job. And honestly, this is the answer. My weapons were being replaced too quickly, so I thought I just needed to make them last longer. It should have worked, but it doesn't. So here's the progression system I had in my little roguelike. Originally, the player finds a new weapon on almost every floor. They can find a sword, use it for a few rooms, and replace it with another sword that dealt slightly more damage. And because the weapons were constantly being replaced, none of them felt really important. So we can try the most obvious fix. Instead of giving the player a weapon on every floor, we can give them one every 3 floors. Problem solved, right? Except now the player was using the same boring sword for 3 times longer before actually replacing it with a slightly stronger sword. So the progression here is still not really fixed. Before, the player would spend 1 floor waiting for sword +1. Now they're spending 3 floors waiting for sword +1. They didn't care about the original weapon any more than before. They were just stuck with it for longer. It's the same weapon and the same choices, just more waiting. This doesn't really improve the progression, you just stretch it out. So if the problem isn't how long the weapon lasts, what is actually missing here? Let's say I give you a shotgun, then 5 minutes later, I give you the exact same shotgun, except this one just deals slightly more damage. Now, technically, I gave you a new weapon, but really, I just deleted the old one. There's no reason to keep the weaker shotgun because the new one does the exact same thing, but better. Now, what if I gave you a grenade launcher instead of a new shotgun? The shotgun could be faster, reliable when enemies are closer, but the grenade launcher could be slower, risky, and maybe even explode in your face if you use it too closely. But it's a lot more powerful from a distance, destroying entire groups. Now, the answer isn't so obvious now. Do you want something reliable that protects you at close range, or something dangerous that could clear a crowded room? The new weapon doesn't automatically replace the old one anymore. It gives you another way to solve a problem. That's the difference. A bigger number replaces a decision. A new option will create one. So whenever you add an upgrade to your game, try finishing this sentence. This is the best option when... This weapon is best when enemies surround you. This one is best when you need to keep your distance. And this one is best when you're willing to risk your safety for a huge amount of damage. If 2 upgrades produce the same answer, then they probably have the exact same job. And at that point, one of them is probably just standing in line waiting to replace the other. And if you really think about it, a lot of games do this. Even if you think of Slay the Spire, there's some cards that will reduce your health in exchange for damage or block. But okay, let's say every upgrade creates a real decision. But okay, let's say that every upgrade creates creates a real decision. Does that automatically make the progression good? Not necessarily, because an upgrade can be interesting and still push the player toward the worst part of your game. Imagine making a game about exploring this enormous fantasy world, but for some reason the fastest way to get stronger is by killing the same slime in the starting town for 3 hours. Now, that used to be the case in a lot of old MMORPGs, but you don't really see that anymore. Now, you and I both know exactly what the player is going to do. They're going to clock in, and it becomes a job. The game is telling the player to go on this massive adventure, but the progression system is telling them to work another shift at the slime factory. And the thing is, every reward inside the game is basically just an arrow. If fighting enemies give you the best upgrades, the arrow points towards combat. If exploring gives you permanent upgrades, the arrow points to the world. And if killing the same slime is the best way to become stronger, then the arrow will point towards the horrible little office that you have to work in, the slime factory, which some people do like, but it's not a great progression system. Players will normally follow whatever makes them stronger, even if it leads them away from the most enjoyable part of the game. You may have created this amazing world for the player to watch, but the progression doesn't help it. So progression shouldn't bribe the player to tolerate your game. It should pull them deeper into the reason that the game is actually fun. And this is another thing that Minecraft's tool progression does really well. The wooden pickaxe points you towards stone. Stone tools let you start searching for iron. And once you have iron, well, almost every other thing becomes accessible up to diamonds. A diamond pickaxe lets you collect obsidian. Obsidian gives you access to the nether, and the nether eventually gives you access to, well, netherite. So these tools aren't increasing your mining speed. So these tools aren't only increasing your mining speed, they're quietly moving you throughout the world. Even if this is your first time playing without a guide, this kind of quietly gives you the tutorial to do that. Every material gives you a reason to go somewhere new, collect something new, or prepare for something more dangerous. And now the answer is starting to actually come together. Meaningful progression changes what the player understands, what they have to decide, and what they have to do next. And when I looked at my roguelike again, the original weapon system did none of those things. You just have 5 different swords, each one stronger than the previous one. The weapons didn't teach the player anything new. They didn't create a new decision, and they don't change how the player approaches the next room. The damage number goes up, but that's basically it. So the fix here isn't to make the player wait longer. It's by giving every weapon a different job. Now, we can also add different upgrades for each weapon, and that is what creates the dynamic part of the game. The roguelike here is supposed to be about reading a room and adapting to whatever's inside of it. So right now, one weapon might be perfect when enemies surround you, whereas another might reward you for keeping your distance. The new weapon doesn't automatically delete the old one anymore. It gives the player another answer, and the enemies, the room layout, and the current situation decide which answer is correct. That is the actual progression. It isn't asking the same question again and again with a bigger number. It's asking the player a different question now. And now you and I can finally go back and answer why Minecraft keeps giving us all these apparently useless tools. They even added these random copper tools that I never use. At the beginning, this looked like a terrible progression system. Wood will get replaced by stone, stone gets replaced by iron, and iron eventually gets replaced by diamonds, and diamond is upgraded into netherite. And all this could happen within 10 minutes if you're experienced enough. But now you can see that every important step is doing more than increasing a number. Wood teaches you how to craft, tools and mining work. Wood teaches you how crafting, tools, and mining work. Stone acts as a short bridge into the underground part of the game. It teaches you that, hey, there's stuff underground you can look for. Iron opens a much larger part of the world and gives you access to resources you can collect before. Diamond becomes a long-term goal with exploring and prepping for it. And netherite asks experienced players to survive one of the more dangerous parts of Minecraft to collect equipment they already have. The numbers are getting bigger, but every step also changes what the player understands, what they can do, or where they want to go. And copper, look, I'm not saying every tool automatically deserves to exist just because Mojang added it. If copper creates an interesting early game choice or it gives the player a useful bridge into the next part of the game, then it has its job. But if all it does is stop the player so they can craft another version of the exact same tool, then yeah, it starts to just feel like padding. And that's kind of the difference. A good upgrade doesn't remain useful forever. It needs to remain meaningful long enough to actually finish its job. It should teach the player something, create a real decision, or pull them toward the part of the game that's actually fun. That wooden pickaxe might only last an experienced player 10 seconds, but the first time I played Minecraft, it changed how I understood the entire game, and I kept it for probably a couple days of playing. It's the same tool, different game, completely different progression. Useless later is fine. Meaningless now is the problem, because if an upgrade only exists until the next upgrade arrives, then you don't really have progression. You've got a